Well, thank you for joining us once again here from the cinema. New season, new semester. I did watch a couple movies over the winter break here, and the one movie that stood out to me as far as one I should talk about, one I know that people went into movie theaters to see, international success, movie that people are talking about, Dragon Ball Super Broly. This is an anticipated film from the early 1990s. It came out, legendary Super Saiyan, and while I love the original film, this film was just, we've been waiting for a film that can really flesh out the character of Broly, and we finally got it here. I'll kind of go into some bit of the story here too. This film is really a lot like a reboot of the whole story, as you know, from Dragon Ball Z. There were some things I liked about it, and there were some things I didn't like about the reboot here, and I'll get into it right here with the beginning. They talk about how like the planet Vegeta was destroyed in Dragon Ball Z, with the whole story of Bardock. Bardock in the original film, in the original story, he's the rebel. He figures out the evil plan to destroy his Saiyan race and destroy their planet from the evil leader Frieza. And he like starts a rebellion, and he there's a lot of cool action fight scenes, and next thing you know, there's like a huge last stand in the middle of space to stop him, and obviously they're not strong enough, and he dies. But in this film, I just didn't like that he came off as like it was more of like a conspiracy theorist as more than a rebel, and I felt like that's like so anti, that's not Goku's dad. Goku's dad is supposed to be this rebel, and that's what kind of hurt me from the beginning of the film. But other than that, the character of Broly himself isn't just mad that Goku was crying in the nursery and that's why he hates Goku. No, there's actually he doesn't actually hate Goku in this film. There's different things, but essentially Vegeta's dad, King Vegeta, is too scared of how powerful Broly is as a baby, so sends him away to not survive. The dad goes, Paragus, Broly's dad, goes out to try and stop him, try to save his son, and he goes out and essentially finds his kid. And again, I don't want to break into the whole story here, but Broly kind of lives on his own for a while and isn't discovered for a long time, so he has a lot of mental repercussions from that. He had no real friends growing up. He had to learn to survive and fight on a planet that was, completely void of any sort of, intelligent civilization, so he hadn't really been around a lot of people yet. As far as Goku and everybody else goes, it was really just a handful of people. I didn't like there was a lack of Gohan. There were a lot of other Z fighters that weren't in the film. A lot of characters weren't really utilized, but there was a good tie-in with Frieza here too. Frieza being the bad guy, using Broly to his advantage to kind of get back at Goku and Vegeta. A lot of the dialogue in this film was a bit expository, as it just explaining a lot of things to new fans instead of just kind of going with what they already had. So that's one thing that also kind of took me out of the film. So a lot of the film is just building up to this huge fight scene, which was awesome. One of the best fight scenes I've seen in a long time. The new graphics are excellent, and they really kind of show you the potential of what this show can be. But I mean, other than the huge glorified fight scene, I wasn't really drawn into the story as much as some people were, but I wasn't really too impressed with a lot of things they did. And there's also this teaser about how Broly could be a good guy here too, to end the movie with, which was ended with probably the worst written conversation I've ever seen. The film, like, saying goodbye to somebody shouldn't be so hard, but it was incredibly hard for these people. If you watch that scene, you know what I mean. It's a broken conversation. Other than that, though, I think if you like the action in Dragon Ball movies, or Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Z, I mean, you'll like it. I did go back and watch Dragon Ball Z and kind of compare the two and watch the originals. I just think the originals were a bit edgier. Everything was more serious, and things were more like, you really felt more things happen, like the impact of your decisions and the choices between the characters. I think you really felt those early on in the show. I just think Super is just a different show. So obviously that's the current show right now in circulation. But yeah, I mean, I think if you enjoy Super, you'll enjoy the Broly movie. I think if you prefer Dragon Ball Z, you might not. It's still a good action film for those fans and brings in a lot of new fans. But I was still disappointed in certain areas. But they've made so much content over the years. I can just stick with what I like as opposed to what everyone else likes. I don't know, but I think you'll enjoy it. And I definitely recommend going to see it if you have a chance to, if it's still around here in theaters. I was really lucky to come to America here, and I was able to go see it with friends a couple times. It's actually on the internet now too, but there are plenty of ways to watch it. So I would give this film about 6 or 7 out of 10. I'll go with a 6.5 out of 10. Again, great action, but not really interested in the story as much as I could have been. Brawley was fleshed out though, again, himself, as far as like, little character development with him. Other than that, I wasn't really impressed with what they did. Yeah, so that wraps up that. But for later this season, I would just like to let you guys know I got a few more episodes coming up. We'll be going into Oscar season, and we'll have plenty of filmmakers here. George Mason coming on, talking about their senior films and talking about the different projects they're working on. And yeah, we'll be talking about some of the most anticipated films this coming spring. So stay tuned, and I hope you guys check out Dragon Ball Super. And thank you so much for watching.